Hey everyone, I just want to talk real quick about how strange life can be sometimes. Things have been happening to me in waves lately. I had a couple come in for therapy a little while ago, and because of it, I was like, you know what, I better start brushing up on my reading a little bit. So I started reading. I'm reading a book called "Things I Wish I'd Known Before I Gotten Married." It's okay. It brings up some good points. It's by Gary Chapman. Gary Chapman is a decent author. He's written some good stuff. Five Love Languages is an amazing concept. It's a good book as well. I recommend that. But so I had a couple come in, and then I started reading the book, and then Pastor Larry Hayward from Lake Point Community Church had me on his podcast talking about things, things I wish I'd known before I was married or at the beginning of the marriage. And then suddenly I'm having like this influx of couples, right? Couples coming in. And so yesterday, my entire day consisted of couples, which is pretty new for me. And but obviously that's where I'm supposed to be right now because I, before that, doing a podcast, reading a book, sudden influx. And so I feel like God's just saying, look, this is what you're supposed to be focused on right now. Um, so it's pretty interesting. And in fact, one of the cool things about it is uh, because of the generalization that takes place, everyone has different traits. Male and females have different traits typically. And so I'm kind of seeing repeated patterns through these couples of the guy shuts down and walks out where the girl follows him. It's like, I want to solve this right now. And I'm seeing that a lot. Anyway, I digress. So in the book, it talks about how the Western culture continues to hover around 50% divorce rate. 50%, it's actually getting lower than that because less and less people are getting married. It's not it's an older book. It's not that much older. I think it's from, I don't know. I don't know how old this book is, but it's not that old. Yeah, this is copyright 2005, 2001, so 2010. So it depends on when it first came out, but still we're still around 50% divorce rate in America. And he goes on and says, divorce is the result of a lack of preparation for marriage and the failure to learn the skills of working together as teammates in an intimate relationship. We recognize the need for education in all other pursuits of life and fail to recognize the need when it comes to marriage. So my question to you guys, do you think that marriage should be taught in school? Marriage classes or communication classes? Most of the time what I'm seeing right now is people just don't communicate. They just don't know how to communicate. My mom always says it's a lost art. And I wonder if that's true. Do we just not know how to ever communicate? Like, why all of a sudden are we not communicating? School teaches a lot of decent stuff, but I don't think trigonometry is all that important unless you're going to use it in your field. I don't think, a third algebra class or, your fourth class of American history. I mean, that stuff's important, but I'm wondering if this stuff should be taught in school. Obviously, with a 50% divorce rate, you'd have to ask yourself, are those people teaching their kids about marriage, right? And what does that look like? Are they teaching this stuff in the home anymore? And they don't have a good example to follow, right? If you're getting divorced. So what we found is that if you get a divorce, your kids are more likely to get divorced, right? I mean, we repeat patterns that our parents set in front of us. And I'm not, hopefully it's not coming off as any sort of judgment. It happens, obviously. 50% is a pretty high number. So, should this stuff be taught in school? Should there be communication classes, relationship classes? I personally believe that it should. I mean, you're in school for, 12, 13, 14 years, depending on, when you actually start. And this, in my opinion, this is very important stuff to learn. I mean, no matter where you go, you're always going to have people. Unless you go to, like, obviously an abandoned or, a deserted island or whatever. But otherwise, relationships are extremely important, and they're one of the most important things in your world, in our world, in life. Because anytime you're in a relationship, or I'm sorry, anytime that you're at a job, anytime you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage, even your kids, right? Those are all relationships. And so, how important is marriage to our society? And if it is important, shouldn't we be teaching this stuff in school? So, let me know what you think. I always love it how people are like, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. You can smash it if you want to, don't, or you can just push it. That's cool too. But also leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Good game. Good game, everyone. Way to bring the heat.